down, but when it's up, you can read the Kilo 4 Zulu Bravo Echo Dash Romeo.
Okay,
thanks
I
to Howard
apologize
WW4AD for running the Echo
being
Link
late.
setup.
I was having
Rick
trouble live
KK4B
streaming.
also has a repeater in Courtsville, South Carolina. That's on frequency 145.350 with a negative offset, and the same PL tone as this one of 162.2. If the net goes silent, please wait 3 minutes or so for the repeater to reboot. If nothing's heard after 4 minutes, we'll QSY over to the 145.350 repeater. Before we start with check-ins, is there a station that can serve as a backup net control in case my station develops transmitter issues?
WW4HG, I'll do it, Mark.
Thanks, Howard. Are you running NetLogger? I started one about 5 prior.
I am running NetLogger. Yep.
Okay, I'll close mine down here in a minute then, if you got one going, because I didn't see one. So my apologies. But at this time, I'll turn it over to you, Howard, for Club General announcements. WW4HD. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, Mark. This is Whiskey 4 Hotel Golf, Howard at Monk's Corner. And let's see what we got coming up here now. We got August the 8th. August the 8th will be our next get-together. We don't have anything special planned yet, but we can always do that. Somebody just throw an idea out there, get up with me, and we'll make it happen. But the old standby is always Bojangles up here in Monk's Corner. Without anything special scheduled, we just we'll always meet there. And Mark mentioned Echo Link. Yeah, we had trouble with the internet service provider being Home Telecom, but I was on the phone with them yesterday and got that issue resolved. Now, whether I've got the software set up correctly, I thought I did, but I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see any audio coming through. So, still some troubleshooting to do, I believe. But I know Nicholas. Well, I just heard audio come through that time. I know Nicholas up in Wisconsin was going to attempt a login tonight for the net. Hopefully it will work for him. I just saw Chip log in there or log out, one of the two. But anyway, we are still working on the Echo Link. We got the internet service provider issue resolved, and now we just got to make sure the software is up and running like it should. That's about it. The only thing we got really in the near future here is the August 8th get together, and look forward to seeing a bunch of people there. I'll turn it back to Net Control. It's WW4HG.
Okay, thank you, Howard. Thanks for doing all that stuff for Echo Link and also all the stuff you do for the club as club president and NetLogger this evening. Also like to throw out there to everybody that we're always looking for more net controllers. So if you feel you can throw your name into the hat and join the rotation, that would take some of the burden off those of us that are in the rotation. And the more people that are doing it, then the less everyone has to do, so to speak. But anyway, moving on. When it's time for check-ins, when asked to call, please state your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your name and location. And we'll start with short time and mobile stations only. Please call now.
Net control. Have me at short time, Whiskey 4. Oh, good Lord, I forgot my call. W4R at cell, Romeo at Sierra Leone. I'm not all here, so good evening, everybody. It's having short time.
Net control. Net control, please check in. Kilo, Romeo, 4, Kilo, Echo, Whiskey. Rick in St. George, short time.
Net Control. Please check in Kilo Romeo 4, India Kilo Zulu, Charlie King. I'll be short time tonight. Please check me in and out. Thank you. Good evening to everybody on the net.
Net Control.
Wow, short times.
Net Control, please check in November 0 Uniform Hotel. That's N0U8, Lisa in St. George, and I will be short time.
Net Control.
Wow.
Pleasant good evening, sir. Please check in Kilo Golf 4, Kilo Oscar Echo. Also list Kilo Golf 4, Lima Mike Delta. Randy and Teresa Labs at short time. Net Control. Net Control, please check in Kilo Quebec 4, Lima Tango Alpha, KQ4 LTA, Taft and Hanahan. I'll be in and out.
All right, Net Control would like to recognize these fine stations for checking in short time. Whiskey 4 Romeo X-Ray Lima Angelo. Hope you have a great evening. We got Rick Kilo Romeo 4 Kilo Echo Whiskey. And we had Charlie Kilo Romeo 4 India Kilo Zulu. And we had Lisa November 0 Uniform Hotel. I hope your CW studies are progressing there, Lisa. And Randy Kilo Golf 4 Kilo Oscar Echo, and we had Teresa and Kilo Golf 4 Lima Mike Delta, and also Taft, Kilo Quebec 4 Lima Tango Alpha. Thanks for taking the time to stop by, y'all, and hope you can come to the next net and stick around. Any other short time or mobile stations, please call now.
Well, that's the sad part, is that it wasn't even just drinking. I'm shocked. It was like a drinking competition.
All right, it's almost time for station ID. This is Kilo 4 Zulu Bravo Echo for the Tuesday night AARG net on the KK4B repeater. Now we'll be looking for stations with Alpha through Mike. If your suffix is Alpha through Mike, please call Net Control now.
Radius, like circle, farther away from the coast.
All right, nothing heard there. So we'll go right on to November through Zulu. Stations with November through Zulu in your suffix. Please call Net Control now. Net Control.
Good evening, Mark. Good evening to the net. Please check in Kilo Quebec 4, November Mike Yankee, Chip in Georgetown.
All right, I'd like to recognize Chip, Kilo Quebec 4, November Mike Yankee, also one of our net controllers and also net loggers. Chip, appreciate everything you're doing out there. Okay, we'll open it up. All stations, Alpha through Zulu in your suffix. If you want to be on the Tuesday night net, call Net Control now. Net Control. Hello, Mark. Can everyone check in Kilo Quebec 4, Romeo Tango Bravo, Ronnie in Monk's Corner. Please recognize Ronnie, Kilo Quebec 4, Romeo Tango Bravo. Any other stations wishing to check in before we start the rag chew? Call Net Control now.
KQ4ZIM on Echo Link, but it's not making its way into the repeater. I'm going to go ahead and add him to the list here at number 12. Roger.
Roger, Howard. Got him down on my list as well, and if he's listening, thanks for checking in, Nicholas, and hope all is well up there. Please recognize Kilo Quebec 4 Zulu India Mike. One last call for all stations to check in before we start the rag shoot. Call net control now. All right, well, I'll start it off. Been trying to troubleshoot, and been plagued with a condition with my car. It's been acting up for several weeks now, where I turn the key and I get one click out of the starter relay, and through the course of many starts, many weeks, I've tried different things, like, maybe it's the neutral safety switch and put it in neutral, and sometimes I thought that worked, and sometimes just bumping the shifter I thought that would work. Turning the key again, usually got the results, and but the battery's fairly new. I've checked the battery connections, I checked the ground strap from the battery to the chassis, and the only thing I can say is it is consistently inconsistent, and I've had better luck through trial and error that if I don't put my foot on the brake pedal when I start the car, 8 times out of 10 it'll start. It'll crank over. So I don't know. I'm stuck if it's ignition switch, the key switch in the steering column, or if it's some kind of starter relay, or if the starter solenoid's just starting to give up. But man, it sure is frustrating that when you go to start your car and it just goes click, one click. But with it being so intermittent, well, I'm glad it's intermittent because I wouldn't want it to fail and strand me someplace. But I'm still scratching my head over it. But I think I'm just going to have to take it to the dealer one day and say, start shotgun and parts, guys, and see what happens. But anyway, not too much going on radio-wise. The conditions were pretty bad the other day, but I think today they were pretty good as far as the sunspots were in the K index. But I couldn't hear very many stations that I was tuning around the band for. But anyway, I'm blabbering too much. That's all I've got. I will turn it over to Howard, WW4HG. Your turn for comments, sir.
All right. Sorry about the delay there. I was listening to Nicholas over on Echo Link, and it appeared to be PTTing the radio. Of course, he would have been doubling with you during that time. I don't know. That thing is... Anyway, good evening to everybody on the net. And yeah, Glenn and I we did 2 hours worth of troubleshoot on Echo Link a couple days ago, and narrowed it down to a problem with my IP address through the internet service provider. And the very next morning I was on the phone with them, and they agreed that it was a problem on their end, and they fixed it. And there's a test you can run in Echo Link to see if the network, if it's making its way to the network and back. A ping test is all it is. And sure enough, as soon as they said they fixed it, I ran the test and it was successful. Now, it's just a matter of getting the audio settings back correct as they were when it was working at one time. But I really thought it was going to work that time. But anyway, we'll do a little more tinkering and get it back online. Other than that, it's still working on the move, doing a slow move, a very slow move, and that's the way you should do it in the middle of the summer, let me tell you. But we're, just slowly doing that. I had Ronnie come over and help me with a few things yesterday, and appreciate that. We got a good bit of work done there, and still got a VHF radio here and my HF rig here. I don't have anything set up at the new place yet. I did do a little testing the other day. Mark, you might be interested in this. I went up in the attic with a handheld with all that foil-lined sheeting, and I just did a weather radio test. I had the weather radio running, walked up the stairs, went up into the attic, and no loss of signal, nothing. Reception up there was just as good. Now, transmission, I haven't tried that yet, but anyway, doing a little test just to see what I got over there before I start running coax and stuff, which I'm about ready to do. Anyway, that's what I've got going over here, along with keeping the grass cut over here and staying on top of time. Maybe I did time out. Anyway, I'll send it back to net control, WW4HG.
Thanks, Howard. Yeah, I agree. A slow move, even in winter, would be preferable to a gotta get out now type stuff. And glad that you got some good reception there, at least in the attic. Try a couple of transits, take an HT up there, and see if you can get these repeaters. But good deal there. Moving's not funny either way. It's too hot to be up in that attic in the new place anyway. So, very good. Okay, that will get us down to Chip, Kilo Quebec 4, November, Mike Yankee. Chip, your turn for comments.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Howard, for running that logger tonight. Howard, to give you some feedback, I've been connected to the Echo Link, and I was able to have a conversation with Nicholas. We could hear each other, but we could not hear the repeater, and obviously y'all couldn't hear us either. So anyway, that's what I observed from this end. Other than that, just same old, nothing really to report. I'll just say howdy and good evening to everybody, and catch you on down the road. This is KQ4NNY, back to you.
All right, Chip, and thanks for those comments on Echolink there. So it sounds like you guys had your own channel there, and it's just not making it to the repeater. That might give Howard some direction. This is the Tuesday night weekly net for the AARG, acting net control with Kilo 4 Zulu Bravo Echo call sign. And any stations wishing to check in for the Tuesday night RAGCHU, call net control now. Sorry, there's a station out there trying to get in, but all we got is static. You might need to change your location and or up your power if you can. We'll try one more time. All right, nothing heard. That'll bring us down to Ronnie. Kilo Quebec 4, Romeo Tango Bravo. Ronnie, your turn for comment.
Oh, wow. That's a short list there. I guess that's, 4 of us that stuck around. All right. Well, good evening. Been working on the porch here. It's about 30 feet across. And I tore off all the handrailing, and it was all wood. About 10 years old, painted wood, and tore all that off. The vertical posts are good, and then the bottom step post at the landing, they were rotten. They were 6x6 solid wood, and one of them was rotten to the core, and the other was all right. So I went hardware
hardware store and got some. Got a 10-footer, and I just cut it in half, and I'll replace that tomorrow. But I'm gonna paint everything before I install it, so it'll be a little bit cleaner. But then I had to get some deck boards to go around the outer edge to the sixes. I've been cutting on those and getting them fit, so after I stain them, I just go lay them up there and zip them down. But been just working on that in the evening after the sun kind of sets a little bit here late in the evening, so it's a little cooler. We had a good breeze this evening, and I still take a break, come in and cool off. And then my neighbor made the comment, it must be nice. He's retired, work a little bit, go in the house. Work a little bit, go in the house. That's the way you do it in this heat, though. But anyways, that's about all I got. I'll turn it back over to you, Mark. And they supposed to be like solar activity just supposed to start today, I think. So it might pick up another sunspot or whatever. CME faces there, so keep an eye out on that. KQ4 RTB, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, Ronnie, good deal. Yeah, I don't envy you working on the wood porch and everything there. It's our porch in Virginia, we had Trex installed at one point to get rid of that wood, but don't have that problem here. We just got cement, and kind of like it that way. Cement and no stairs. But, anyway, good deal of keeping cool. Yeah, I tell you, this afternoon it was just hot and windy and smoky now with that fire out there in East Berkeley County. Okay, well, that brings us to the bottom of the list. So any other stations wishing to check in to the Tuesday Night Net, please call Net Control now.
Net Control. Checking Kilo 4 Alpha Yankee Alpha. That's Daniel in Somerville.
Control, please check in KQ4 MBN, Jim over here in the west side of Moncks Corners.
All right, next pleased to recognize KK4AYA, Daniel, and Jim, KQ4NBN. Jim, good to hear you. We'll get back to you in a second. Daniel, it's your turn for comments. Come on in.
I appreciate it, Mark. Man, not much going on. Hanging with the dogs. Went up to the Columbia Zoo for a little while and looked at the monkeys and the fish and all the craziness they got going on. But good Lord, it was hot leaving that property. Oh man, I swear the temperature went up so high. And I think we were out of there by 1. Man, it was warm. But anyway, it was a good day. It was a good day. I really don't have any complaints. KK4 anyway.
All right, Daniel, good to hear from you, and happy birthday to your daughter. That's great. Spend some time. Glad that was a good day for you. And one of these days, I got to, on a side note, get with you. I've got some questions about trailers and stuff like that, club-related questions. But okay, that gets us down to Jim. KQ4, no batteries needed. Jim, your turn.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Yeah, I ain't doing a whole lot over here. It's just flat out too hot. I just can't do it like I used to. I used to work out there with the asphalt and stuff, but shoot, my old body won't allow me to do it. So I have to wait until it gets dark, and I go out sightseeing, watch all the satellites fly over. Can't believe how many satellites are up there just flying around. And I keep track of the space station. That thing runs around every so often. I got an app on my phone that tells me when it's getting ready to come over, and a lot of times I can see it, which is cool. And the other night, right after I see Starlink fly over, and that was pretty cool. And so that's about this whole, that's about what I do. I can go out after the sun goes down, and that's about it. So.
All right, Jim. Yeah, I have yet to see a Starlink formation fly over. I've seen a lot of satellites, but not the Starlink formation. But the problem being out there in the dark, man, is that's when the mosquitoes come out. So it's a double-edged sword for sure. But great that you took the time out this evening, Jim, to come by the net. Please continue to come by the net. That is, again, the bottom of the list. So if any other stations wishing to check into the Tuesday night net, call Net Control now. Okay, John, I recognized your voice and I made out your call sign, but you are definitely not making the trip, man. So I got you in, and thanks for taking the time to stop by. And again, thanks for swapping with me this evening and taking my net control duties next Tuesday. I appreciate it. I'll try one more time for you, John. Come back for any comments. Over. No, man, you're not making the trip. But thanks anyway for stopping by, and again for being a net controller on the net here. One final call. I know I keep saying that. One final call for check-ins. Please call net control now.
Recheck.
Go ahead, Howard.
Yeah, this is for KQ4 NMY. Chip, just curious, in your conversation with Nicholas there, anything worth relaying for us?
Oh, no, nothing like that. We were just kind of giving feedback to each other. I can hear you, but not hearing any traffic on the repeater, and then he came back and said pretty much the same thing. So no information. He said he was going to go listen to the live stream. Thanks to Angela, and so that's all I know about that. KQ4 anyway.
All right. Thank you, Chip. Appreciate that. And I'll turn it back to Net Control, WW4HD.
Okay, thank you, gents. Well, that is the conclusion of tonight's net. This has been the weekly Tuesday 8 p.m. 147.300 AARG net on the Russellville, South Carolina repeater. We'd like to thank Rick, KK4B, for the use of this repeater, and for all the stations who participated in tonight's net. I have 15 stations that have checked in this season, so thank you all for participating. We wouldn't have a net without you. And also for Howard running NetLogger and club presidency and everybody that contributes to the club. Thank you so much. This is Kilo 4 November Yankee, returning the repeater back to normal amateur use. 7-3 all. Good night.